If you look at the medical studies about repetitive strain injury, you'll see all kinds of numbers and charts, but most of them have a glaring omission. They completely ignore the reality of living with RSI. They don't talk about the fear of losing your job because you can't type anymore or use your hands normally, or the heartbreak of not being able to pick up your child or play the guitar, or the frustration of not being able to open a jar. Most people have no idea how serious and limiting RSI is until they get it. There's a massive gap between what the medical studies say and what we are actually living through. I built this survey because there are so many questions about RSI that I have not been able to find studies about. So I thought it made sense for us to gather our own data. Plus, this is a chance for people who are wondering if they have RSI to see what it's really like on a daily basis from people who are experienced with it. The data from people who have RSI will show the world what this is really like, and you will hear some heartbreaking replies from early responders to the survey. I'm going to go through the questionnaire with you so you get an idea of the kinds of things that you'll be asked. We aren't just asking where it hurts, but deep questions about how it actually affects your life. So stay with me because you will want to hear what other people are saying they're going through. Or you can go straight to their comments using the chapters in the details below. The questionnaire asks for basic information, such as how long you have had RSI symptoms and how many doctors you had to see before you were diagnosed, or maybe you're still looking for a good diagnosis, and what diagnosis you received. We want to know where you experience your symptoms, what those symptoms are, and how often they flare up, as well as the kinds of tools that give you the most problems. Has ergonomics helped? Does physical therapy help or make it worse? Are you still able to work? Did you quit or lose your job because of RSI? And how is your functional ability? In other words, can you do things like open doors, press elevator buttons, cook, brush your teeth normally, or does it flare your symptoms? Then we have really important open-ended questions. Here's one. How does RSI affect your daily life? Someone said, every single day I have to manage how much I do. I usually experience a constant lack of endurance that can turn into pretty bad pain. Tendons in my forearms are like guitar strings tightened to the max. And this, RSI has changed my life in every way. I'm unable to work. I need help with things around the house from my husband. Then let's get to the emotional toll that RSI takes. The hidden nature of the injury has made RSI hard because friends might think you're fine because they can't see a cast or other external sign of injury. Another respondent shared, I don't like having an invisible problem that others don't understand. People think you're weak or crazy. I am very ambitious, so having all my dreams shattered wasn't an easy thing to swallow. And I miss my hobbies, so I'm mostly irritable. Someone brought up the painful financial reality of RSI. It severely impacted my economic well-being, even though workers' compensation benefits have helped blunt immediate impact, as did Social Security disability, but that assistance reduced my income by half and my pension benefits by 2/3. We also left space for you to offer additional thoughts. One of you said, the ergonomic community is failing. So is the medical community. So are employers. OSHA will not do anything. I have written repeatedly. Another person said, I've learned to live with RSI, but it's had an enormous negative impact on my career, lifestyle, and mental health. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And one of the saddest comments of all, this man said, RSI has stolen 3 very important years of my life as a young father I will never get back. I hope you will fill out this survey and share your experience with RSI. By participating, you aren't just filling out a form. You're helping someone who is just starting their RSI journey see that they're not alone and that their weird symptoms are actually very common. This is our chance to build a body of truly useful information about RSI. Whether you've been dealing with this for over 10 years or 10 months, your story matters. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment to share your experience. Let's let the world know what it's really like to have RSI. Once we have enough data, I'll be back with a full report on what we've discovered together. And if you want to be considered to join a live stream talking about your experience with RSI, please include your contact information. We don't collect that information automatically, and I have no idea who you are unless you tell me. Be sure to share the link to the survey with people you know who have RSI, or if you're in an RSI support group, or you're in a medical clinic where they see people with RSI, so that we have a lot of people answering these questions. We want to get a full picture with a lot of people responding, and you can help with that. And also, please subscribe to this channel, because I will be making a video based on the numbers when we have enough people collected and we can tally the results of the survey. And also subscribe to the channel because it will keep you informed about great information about RSI and give you an opportunity to find a place where you're not alone. Thanks for participating.